everyone, this is Rose from Untwist Your Stitches, my Flosstube channel about cross stitch and other crafting endeavors. Today is May 25th. It is the Memorial Day weekend. I have just kind of gotten into my crafting room after getting back from my trip to help my daughter with her when she had her knee surgery. So I'm trying to get the things that I bought on that trip, the things that I bought when I was with my oldest sister and her family in Arizona, and a few other things that came in while I was gone, things that I had ordered and had been waiting for. So this Flosstube will not have any whips, starts, finishes, any of that kind of stuff. This is all about the haul. While I was gone, well, before I left, I had been expecting some items that I had ordered off Etsy. I contacted the seller and he mentioned that when he had sent it, which I knew from the Etsy app, it showed that it had been sent, but it had been almost 3 weeks. So I contacted this person and they asked me if I would wait a couple more weeks and then see if the items came in. Well, it was during the time that I was going down to Arizona, and so I told my husband, hey, watch for this, let's see if it comes in, and see what's going to happen. It never came in. We, from both ends, tried to do a search for it, but because he had sent it without a tracking number, it was something that we just couldn't do. So he very graciously said, I will replace your order and send you a new one, and this time I will send it with a tracking. And I was like, I understand that this is not your problem. So, you know, once you give it to the mail, there's really nothing you can do. I have had the same thing happen on my Etsy shop, so I completely understand how frustrating it is when you give your package over to either the postal service or UPS or whichever service you give it to, and then it just disappears. Regardless of all that, he did send me a new package. It got here actually while I was in California this time because, you know, it took him a little bit of time to replace the order and then get it shipped. And it was coming from England. So what I had ordered was these wooden floss bobbins. And there were, I believe there were 25 of them. Or maybe there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There were 30. Couldn't remember the order. Anyway, there were 30 bobbins. And then as a thank you for your order, and that is the name of the Etsy shop. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Yes, that is the name of his Etsy shop, sorry. He sent this cute little wooden sheep key tag, bag tag, whatever you want to use it for. I'm going to put it on one of my bags because I just think he's so sweet. So that was one of the items that was purchased and received during my time away. The other item was a needle minder. Now this one came from the Ukraine, and it did take a little bit of time. She was able to track it when I contacted her, and it was taking time going through customs. I don't know why some of these items get delayed and some don't, but this particular one took almost 2 weeks to get through customs. But it is this little frog on a lily pad needle minder. And I just think that is adorable. So that will be on one of my projects soon. The next thing was my trip to Arizona with my sisters. It was fabulous. I will put a couple of pictures in of the family when they were all together. My niece graduated with a business degree and a minor in entrepreneurship. And she's really doing a great job with what she's doing. While I was there, we headed off and went to Hobby Lobby because my sister, who lives in Alaska, does not have a Hobby Lobby there. And she wanted to get some yarn. So we went off. And while I was there, I found this quilting book. And there are 3 quilts that I would like to try from this book. This one is called Pick and Mix, and it's supposed to use your scraps. But the one that really made me want to do it was this version of it with the red, white, and blue. Now I know this is just a table runner, but you can use this same setup to do a quilt. And I'm not sure. I may do a lap quilt with that one, or I may just do a table runner. But one or the other I am going to do with my patriotic fabric. Then there was another one in here. It's called Leapfrog. Now, there's a lot more cutting and figuring and everything for this one, but it is super adorable. I don't want to give you any of the directions from it, but is that not cute with all the frogs? So there's that one. And then the final one that I really like, and what drew me to this one was the colors. My favorite color, I think if you've been watching me for a while, you know that my favorite color is green. Well, this one is called Scottish Isles, right? Let me double check that I'm saying it right. Yes, Scottish Isles. And is that not just wonderful? I love those colors. This isn't, this is a dark brown if it's not showing up. Sometimes the colors show up when I'm editing more than what they show up when I'm filming, and I'm not sure why. But those were the 3 patterns that came in this quilting book that I plan to make a stab at either doing table runners with them or lap quilts. There were some patriotic things that I bought, and they are out on my patriotic wall. So I'll put a little insert of what that is with explanation, and then I'll be right back. So these are the items that I got from Hobby Lobby that I was talking about. The little gnome that says America, the established 1776, up on top there, the 3 stars, and then the flag on the cross. This is my patriotic wall, And I am working on the One Nations flag to add to this. And there will be other patriotic items added as I get them stitched. One of them is from Finally a Farm Girl's, what's it called? I think it's Dear Soldier is another one that I have that will be going up here. Window decoration was something that I got from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so that was what I got on my trip to Arizona. While I was down there, my Floss of the Month, my one-of-a-kind Roxy Floss Co. Floss of the Month came in, and aren't they fabulous? So we've got Wishing Star, Ever After, Fiona. So you're getting the theme here. And Ogre. So these are, you know, in reference to, oh, my mind just blanked on the movie. I was just going to say it, and now it is completely gone. Swamp Water. Harold. Whoops, excuse me. Dropped it. Harold. And finally, Dragon Scales. And again, my favorite of all of these colors is this speckled floss. I cannot wait to find something to use that with. So I still can't think of the name of the movie, and I've got it, and I've watched it with Donkey and Shrek. That's it. Oh my Lord. Sorry about that. Sometimes your brain just freezes and you cannot think. Then I went down to California because my daughter needed to have surgery on her knee, and she's doing great. Her physical therapist is very happy with the mobility she's got, but she's got some time to build her muscles back up because before the surgery, she had to get on crutches, and it was giving her a bad time. So the buildup of the muscles and the recuperating from the actual surgery is going to take a little bit of time. However, she is doing very well. While I was there, the retreat that I used to go to, that was our local retreat, it was called the Bay Area Stitchers Retreat, was going on. And I went out on Friday after I got her all settled and everything she needed. She had surgery on Monday, so that by Friday she was able to kind of get around a little bit more easily on her own. So I was able to go out and spend the day with all of my friends from down there and surprise them. I had told one friend that I would be there because we keep in pretty close contact, and I wanted her to know that I was coming. So I spent the Friday with them, and we always have people that are selling things and the freebie table and all that. So I got a few things from that, and I am going to take a minute to readjust where things are, and I'll be right back. As I said, there's always people there selling things. And one of the ladies is selling off some of her fabric that she's collected over the years. I always have to go through it. So this one, it is called Cinnamon Stick, and it is 18 count. The designer is Hand Dyed Happiness. And I believe she has an Etsy account. No, it says Facebook. Oh, she has a website, Hand Dyed Happiness. Okay, so it's a website, not an Etsy account, if you want to look at her fabrics. But I thought this was really cool. The next few are all from Mystic Stitches. This one, I'm not going to take it out of the plastic. It is Palomino, and you should be able to see the sparkle in it. It's a opalescent. Again, it is 16 count, and it was from the Fabric of the Month, December 2023. So I don't know if that one would be available still. This is Fabric of the Month, November of 2023. It's a 16 count, and it's called Exhausted. And it's coming in a little bit, like I said, sometimes when I'm filming, it looks darker than when I'm editing. So I'm not sure if this is darker or not, but it's a light kind of, almost a light sky blue. This one, I am not sure how to say it. It's 16 count. There's the name. I don't know if that's VOTENS or VATENS, but regardless. And it's an earthy brown modeling. And the last one is Fabric of the Month, May of 2021. And this is 32 count linen, Mint Julep. And it's a really pretty, like, seafoam green color. This, what it looks like to me right now on the screen, is more teal. It's actually a seafoam green. And we all know that colors just don't show up like they should. Now, these are some patterns that were on the freebie table that I picked up. I don't know when or if I will ever do them, but I think they're pretty. Lavender and Lace. What is the name? Sorry. Can't remember the name of this one. You know, I've seen it a few times and always thought how pretty it was. Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel. So, Lavender and Lace's Guardian Angel. This was Angel of Grace. I like those greens and yellows. Those are some of my favorite colors, so that really spoke to me. This one, of course, because I collect them. Mirabilia's Snow Days. That's a little bit better. It's not. And Mirabilia's Queen of Freedom. So those are those. I also picked these up because I just like what it was saying. Kind words can never die. And Home Sweet Home. And I just think they're very cute. I also am a big fan of Stony Creek. So this one I picked up. I will not do them as ribbons, but I will do them as little individual. And I just think they're very sweet. And finally, another Stony Creek. This is Christmas Treasures. And the one that made me pick it was this one in the center here. The mice. Now, I don't like mice. I don't find them cute in real life. But in this design, they are very cute. And this is the Christmas Treasures book. So those were the the patterns that I found while I was there. There also was freebies of some different beads. And I got some red beads and some gold beads, some bugle beads that are in orange and kind of a cream color, some more bugle beads that are in white. Oh, those are not, can I? There, that shows up a little bit better. And then these were just random things that I picked up that I will use for maybe scissor fobs or counting pins. And this, I figured I could take these apart and use the beads for different decorations. See that? I don't know if you can see it, but this looks like a rose. And then this just has a little bit of a pockmarked look to it. And then these. But you can always find something to put beads on. And finally, the friend that I kept in contact with and who knew I was coming, I had asked her to make me some scissor fobs because that's what she does. So here are the scissor fobs that she made for me. This one, I asked her for a Valentine theme. Whoops, excuse me. This one, I asked her, obviously, for a squirrel theme. This one, she was the theme for the retreat this year was Mardi Gras. So she had made those, and I told her that I would buy one of those from her. And then this one with the pumpkins and the fancy designs and whatnot, she just did that as a gift for me because she knows how much I enjoy stitching my pumpkins. So those are the scissor fobs that she made for me. And then I just had a really good time. Though I took my cross stitch with me to, stitch with these ladies, and I never touched it the whole day. I was visiting and going from table to table. I am going to put some pictures in of some of the things that the other ladies had that they displayed. So you can see those. There are some really amazing works. I had to stop in at the LNS that I used to frequent and because I was there, I just got a few threads. Weeks Dye Works Bayberry. It's number 2166. DMC variegated 92, and DMC variegated 53. Couple of my favorite variegated threads. And oh, I did buy some more ivy, Weeks Dye Works ivy. I'm working on it with one of the projects, so I'll show you that on my next video in a couple of weeks. The next thing I did was I went to the Hobby Lobby in California. I mean, I don't have one here yet. They're supposed to be opening one in Lewiston, Idaho, the beginning of June. So hopefully that will be sooner rather than later. But because I was there and I had some time during my daughter's first physical therapy session, I ran into Hobby Lobby to see what they had. And I found some clearance items. So give me a second to get set and I will show you what I found. Righty, we have 25 count. Zweigert is the name on this. Natural. I found that there, and I just thought it would make a pretty natural, obviously, project. I may use that for the artist trading cards exchange that Laura from Stitching by the Sea has going. She just announced it a couple of weeks ago, I think, on her Flosstube, that she is going to be doing a summer exchange. So that 25 count might work with what I plan to do for the exchange. We'll have to wait and see. These were on clearance. I got 2 of them because I know that I will be able to put something in these. Depending on which project I decide. I mean, I may do it this way. That Home Sweet Home one that I got at the retreat, it might work in here this way, and then I would obviously paint or stain the wood. But I think that would maybe be one of the things that I will use that for. I got 2 of them. They had 2, so I got those. Their wooden items were on sale, so I got this, and I have an idea for it. I want to put this clock face in the center and then have some sort of stitching around the outside edge. So that is my vision for this particular piece. But I mean, it was on 50% clearance. You couldn't go wrong with that. Some of their frames were on sale, and I thought these were very cool. Actually clearance, not sale. They were more than 50% off, so that was a good deal. And again, there were 2 of them, so I got both. And then, and this made me think of Julie from Floss Paper Scissors. She goes to Hobby Lobby for the knobs that she puts on the top of some of the blocks that she does. And her finishes are just so cool. So they had like 4 of their wire bins full of different knobs that they were clearancing, and they were $1 a piece. So I went through it, and these are some of the ones that I picked. And I mean, I don't know for sure what I'll use them for, but I know that eventually something will come up that I want to put these on, and I'll have them in my finishing stash, ready to go. So that was all that I got from Hobby Lobby, but it was a good trip. It was a nice time to, kill while my daughter was in her physical therapy. She actually called me and I wasn't quite finished, so she had to wait a few minutes for me to check out and come and get her. But yeah, Hobby Lobby. And hopefully my Hobby Lobby here locally will be open soon so that I can get some other finishing items that I know they always have something cool. And finally, I keep seeing these advertisements on Instagram for these scissors, and I decided to give them a try because I do use pinking shears regularly with my sewing. And they had these for 50%. And then while I was ordering to save on the shipping cost, I also got a new pair of embroidery scissors. And they came very quickly. I was quite surprised that when the package showed up, it's like, wow, they're already here. That's very cool. So I have tried them. I wish I had had them when I was putting my stitching box together, because those pinking shears really work well. And some of the stuff that I put in my stitching adventure box needed to be cut with pinking shears, and I wish I'd had that pair. But regardless of that, they are very nice to use, and I'm glad that I took the plunge and made the purchase. So while I'm on, I wanted to get all this put away so that I could finish up boxing the Stitching Adventure boxes that I have on sale. They are in my Etsy account. If you have been watching my videos, you'll know that I am putting together 31 different items for a Stitching Adventure box. I will be shipping them out starting June 9th. And so far, I haven't had a lot of sales, but I've had a few. And I'm hoping that as the time gets closer, a few more people will hop over and see if they think that they would like to join in the fun. I am also in the process of putting together a video a day. There will be 31 short videos with the unboxing of each item and an explanation as to why I chose to put that in the box. Now, I've got to film those in advance because in July I am going to North Carolina to spend some time with my granddaughter. So I have to have them pre-recorded so that I can just pop them in when I'm away and not have to carry all the items with me. So I am starting to pre-record the unboxing of each item, and that's been fun. It's fun to explain why I have chosen some of these items and what they mean to me, and why I thought it would be something that you could use in your stitching. So it is the Mystery stitching adventure box on my Etsy account. And the Etsy link is going to be below in the description. And I hope to see you again on my next Flosstube, which will be in 2 weeks. And it will have my starts, my finishes, and whips, and all the things on it. Probably a couple of purchases also, because I got a notification a couple of days ago that the June Floss Club threads had been sent out, so that they haven't arrived yet, obviously. And I'm excited to see what color she has come up with and the names that she's going to use. So thank you for joining me for this haul. All I have is haul, Flosstube, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.